Oh, CT241. Could you maybe ease off the extra rations when I'm cleaning the toilets?
I told you not to call me that. Call me by the name the other fellas call me.
Oh, Mr. Poops.
No. Am I not Echo?
Did I let the cat out of the bag? All the rest of Delta Squad calls you Mr. Poops.
Why they call me that? You're the one cleaning the toilet.
Well, it's because every time I come back from a cleaning of that you are responsible for, the brush needs replacing.
You showed no discretion then. You're bad at your job. Your name should be Poops. Poops Brush.
Oh, I get it. You think because I'm too physically messed up to join you on the battlefield that I should be Mr. Poops.
I didn't say that. I advocate for your kind on the... Oh, all right.
My kind?
Your kind is my kind.
I'm just like you.
You are. Well, yeah, with a few augmentations.
Augmentations?
Yeah, an augmentation can be a positive thing.
I'm smarter than you. I know.
Oh, okay.
I know that I can point out a bag of grenades if it's on the floor.
And say, watch out for those droids.
Yeah.
When they're actually just a pack of children.
The armory is right next to the room we're in. That you guys wouldn't know that, even though you grew up here.
I bet you know the best places to go for everything, don't you?
Yeah, the snogging spots.
Where? Tell me. No, you ain't never seen a girl. You don't know.
Yo, you think none of us clones start to get attracted to each other?
Whoa. Tell me more.
If some of the DNA's been stretched so thin that they can make a hunchback clone like me, then what's to say they don't make some that aren't attracted to themselves?
They made you like that.
Not on purpose.
Okay, it was an accident.
Yeah.
Wait, so you started like that?
Yeah, I was out the pod.
Me and my boys and my crew are all messed up in the head and can't cooperate correctly. Not more, the physical side of things, because you seem more...
Both can be true.
Okay, all right.
Well, lay off the extra rations, because I'm sick of cleaning up your diarrhea.
And you have a brush cover next time, so people stop seeing that.
Welcome to Beggars Canyon Boys, guys. Got
Someone
fighting energy.
Do a little editing to that, like welcome to Beggars Canyon. As you're saying that, episode 48. Is it 48?
47.
47. The 8 gets like burned up.
Yeah.
Flames.
Hey, wait, but I'm coming next. Not yet.
Fire hose.
Yeah. And then the next episode can be like this whole opening sequence of like the number 8 like in a hospital bed,
so
like
good.
getting revived and like brought back to life.
The beeping starts again.
We've got a pulse.
Oh, yeah.
Get out there.
Then waiting in the waiting room. The 4.
You're here. Let's go. We need to stand next to each other.
Yeah. They hold hands like those 2 mutants that cause explosions when they hold hands together. Is that Fenris in something?
What? I definitely have read something.
They're
that
super
they're in
obscure.
Before. Are they in like new X-Men, like Grant Morrison new X-Men?
They're even they may be. No, I don't think so. I just reread a bunch of his stuff, but they're pretty old. They're like from older stuff.
Okay. Huh.
Like I've seen like Claremontian exposition of like explaining how their powers or something.
Gotcha.
Works.
Yeah, that definitely sounds familiar, but I can't remember. Well, this is episode 47 of the Beggars Canyon Boys.
Gonna need a lot of animation budget for this episode. That's like 2 animated sequences already.
I know, but it's okay. I mean, the funds are starting to like exponentially increase, so we should be good.
Really?
Yeah.
Didn't mention that before now, but okay.
Well, until we break even, I'm keeping all of them.
Oh. No, that's fine.
And you just don't need to know about it. We finished season 2 of the Clone Wars, and would you know what? We are right back in it to season 3. Starting off season 3 with the first 4 episodes. Yeah.
Wow, how many episodes in a season?
Like 22?
Nice. Okay. Do we normally do 4 episodes? We got a good chunk there.
3 or 4, depending on like how much you're in an arc. But usually, if we do 3, we throw in something else too.
Okay.
But
sorry, just learning how the podcast works.
no, that's okay.
First time.
That's okay. I'm Jackson. I'm joined by my guest today, Ryan.
Hello. I mean, first time living. First time on Earth, guys.
It's all our first time,
Yeah.
right? Well, and depending on what you believe.
True. Have I ever told you my theory?
What about reincarnation?
Yeah, have I told you that?
No.
Where I think like there's not a theory that I believe, but one that I think would be very fun. Because I think reincarnation is like the best case scenario for like life death, right? And okay, you think there's something?
I'll hold it.
I'd like to
I'll
hear that
share
after
mine
that.
after.
Yeah. So what I would like is if you get to retain your memories of like this life, but the reason that I have no prior memories is because this is in a sense my first life playthrough, you know? And when I die, I'll get to remember all this stuff, but there will be some rule that I cannot break for whatever reason that is unknown to me, where I cannot tell people that like I'm on my second life, or like, this cannot be discussed at that point, you know?
So when you're born again, are you born again as Ryan in like 1997 or whatever? Or no, you're like a new person, but you just have all the same memories.
A new person, which I realize drastically complicates it and limits the believability of this being true. But
that's okay. I didn't believe it.
Okay.
To begin with.
Well, it's true. So you'll see.
Well, my idea is paradise in heaven.
Okay. And what are you gonna do for forever?
Play video games.
Okay, you're gonna get bored of them and you're gonna run out of video games.
Well, there's plenty of other things to do.
Okay, well, name 3 other things you do.
Watch movies, read books, and practice the guitar.
Wow, so they're all sort of based around other people's creations and consuming those, really. Because I bet on the guitar you're not even gonna be writing your own original limericks, will you?
Limericks?
Yeah, limericks, buddy.
Poems? Like
Yeah.
little rhyming poems. Well,
What do you think? They don't have songs in heaven.
Yeah, they probably do.
I don't know. You think you're gonna watch a rated R movie in heaven?
Yeah, I can do whatever I want.
Says who? No, you can't do. That's a misconception of what paradise in heaven is. Okay.
Okay, well,
Sorry, I don't mean to tell you.
This is my version of paradise,
You're right.
And we're allowed to watch rated R movies. And also I could write, right? But what would be the point? Because I couldn't really... Well, maybe there's a whole whole Hollywood system in heaven, right? Where we're all making I mean, you know, what's the difference?
You're so Western minded. Can I just say it's disgusting. You're so Western minded.
Okay, not necessarily Hollywood, but some film production.
Forget the rest of the international film community and
Yeah.
everything they've contributed to the art form. But no, it's Hollywood.
No, I'll go ahead. I will forget it.
Okay.
I will. I've probably seen more foreign movies than you. Let's do it.
No,
go down a list and name
let's
them.
not. Let's not even do that with foreign film directors.
No, I don't know if that's actually true or not. But
Probably is.
what is true is that in my paradise, you could still create, and you would have an unlimited budget, and you could make whatever movie you want and cast anybody from that is dead.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was gonna say, oh well, what would be the point if you couldn't, if no one on Earth would see it? Well, guess what? Everyone in heaven can see it, and there's actually a lot more people in heaven than on Earth.
And they're pretty hard critics.
Yeah.
They've seen a lot of movies. They got a lot of time. It's hard to
Exactly.
impress
Yeah. Yeah. So it's actually a pretty competitive market out there for what ends up being popular. You can everybody can make like big budget movies, but like, are people actually going to spend time watching them?
Wow, kind of like a metaphor for the future of where AI is going. You know?
Yeah. True.
We're all going to be able to make our own movies and cast anyone we want, living or dead, in them. So it's
I just really hope that's not true.
No, I know.
actually.
Well,
But probably
a couple years away, buddy.
Yeah, if that.
I hope there's like a huge stagnation in any AI technology the next year or so.
Oh,
It just stays at like this level is already like kind of threatening enough where it's like
It's pretty bad already.
Yeah.
If it just kind of stopped right now, that would be okay.
yeah.
But I don't think that's gonna happen. But maybe everybody just hates it so much that we just stop using it. But that's also not going to happen.
Yeah, I feel like especially general moviegoer is not gonna like really care, because I've already had conversations with like family and folks who are like, that's actually really cool that like they're gonna be able to use AI actors and stuff now.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. But I have also, heard people say that as well, who just don't really like care about movies that much or whatever. But we don't got to think about Earth anymore. We got to think about Camino.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Exactly. And this was all happening a long time ago anyway. So, the first 4 episodes of season 3, we have got Clone Cadets and ARC Troopers. These are a prequel and then sequel to that one episode we watched, Rookies, about the squad of clones. We see them train. Then in Rookies, we see them on their first mission. And now in ARC Troopers, we see at least Fives and Echo as full-fledged members of the 501st, and they become ARC Troopers by the end of it. Then we've got 2 more episodes after that. One of them is called Supply Lines. Ooh, boy, great episode, Supply Lines. Woof, had me excited. And then Sphere of Influence, also exciting, really powerful stuff. What did you think about these?
First 2 episodes, I really enjoyed them. I feel like I need to go back and watch that episode where Heavy dies now, because now I feel like I know all those characters much better. And I felt a little sad for Heavy getting killed now. It's kind of a bummer.
He never got to get his medal back from 99.
Second 2 episodes, the third one, I should say. I like that episode. I think it's good. Ventress, Grievous, all that stuff. Fun in it. The 4th episode, maybe I'm missing something. I was so bored watching that episode. Thought it was just not enjoyable at all.
Yeah. Well, the third one is the one with fucking Bail Organa and Jar Jar Binks on the
on
Toydaria, and then the 4th one is with Papanoida. And
I'm like merging them because the clone episodes are one thing.
You're good.
The Bail Organa episode with Jar Jar, honestly, kind of bad also.
Yeah.
But I will say, coming back to Jar Jar after all that like heavy clone stuff, kind of funny. I was laughing a little bit. I was like,
okay,
like being like, yeah, okay, we're on a diplomatic mission, and then it's Jar Jar being like, Misan, diplomacy. Just like, I don't know. I'm thinking of all the brutality we've seen in Star Wars, like the man we just saw get impaled on a lightsaber, pushed off and like kissed. And then like Jar coming,
doing some interpretive Gungan art piece to celebrate unity and happiness.
Yeah.
I mean, I appreciate moments of levity in these things, but it's hard for me to not think of it from the perspective of like, there's only so many episodes of this show that exist.
Yeah.
And this is what we're spending the time on.
What's done is done, man.
I know.
Those Jar Jar episodes are embedded into the fabric of Clone Wars.
They exist, and there's no change in it.
But did they change the voice actor for Jar Jar, or is that the same guy?
I think it's still the same guy.
The original actor?
Yeah, Ahmed Best. I forgot to check for this one, but I think it's still him.
The more dialogue they gave, like, because Jar Jar to me is funny with the, like, Misa love diplomacy lines, but, like, when he's actually saying something that is, like, longer than a sentence, I hated the voice actor. I was like, oh my god, this is terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't sound like Jar Jar to me, but I was like, I'm pretty sure this is the guy. But he's, like, switched up the voice or something.
Yeah. I mean, he's, like, 10 years older as well, too, I guess, to be fair. But and also that guy, Ahmed Best, is a physical performer. Like, that's why they hired him for Jar Jar, is because of all, like, the Buster Keaton type, like, physicality that the character has. He's not necessarily, like, a voice actor. So,
yeah.
I don't know. Kind of, not to say that he couldn't do it, but I feel like his strength was the physical nature of Jar Jar in the first one. But yeah, I agree that. And honestly, I like the first one, the cadets one, the training one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the one where they like attack Camino with Ventress and Grievous. I mean, there's some cool stuff in there, but I guess we can get into it. Yeah, let's just go in order with the episodes. So we got Clone Cadets, directed by Filoni himself.
Whoa, that guy
Lyndon.
runs Star Wars now.
Yeah, that's true. It's fun to think about him. Yeah, I mean, he's been working there a long ass time now. It's like 17, 18 years.
Man, his Star Wars knowledge must run so deep, especially like playing a key role in creating a lot of the stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know how you keep it all straight, and that's why you have like multiple people whose jobs is just to keep it all straight and stuff. But
He must think about it like all day, though, right?
yeah,
That's crazy.
I mean, but then now you got to think about like the business side of it as well all the time, which I guess he was even back in Clone Wars thinking about the budget and the pace of release of episodes.
What are my
and stuff.
profit margins on Toydarian episodes?
I mean, he was thinking about that with like character model creation and stuff like that. But so this is cool. We get to see the clones how they're trained on Camino before they go out into battle, which is, you know, something that I wondered about before seeing this, and
For sure.
it's cool to see, and it's believable enough, like the way that they present it. It's a little, I don't know, it feels a little small to me that like just and maybe this is just all that we're seeing, and maybe there's more Jedi around helping out and more bounty hunters around. But it's like, well, we got Shaak Ti, we got these two bounty hunters, and they kind of seem to be in charge of like everything in the way that 99 seems to be like the only maintenance person in the whole building. Like,
Yeah, I guess in my head, I like kind of figured they were just in a silo of clone training.
yeah, I'm
like-
sure that is what it is.
But no, I mean, thinking about it, I think they did kind of present it like, yeah, it's just Shaak Ti and those bounty hunters running the entire place, and like, this is everyone, which doesn't make sense. Like, that would not be enough, like, staffing for all those people, even.
There's like millions of clones.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the bounty hunters are Brick and L Less. And these are kind of funny characters, I think, both of them, because like Brick is the one with the big brain head,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like your more classic like drill sergeant type of guy. Like, he's mean to them. He thinks like, oh, they're not ready. He's willing to write them off real quickly. And then the other guy, L Less, is like really nice for some
And
reason.
Jonan. He's the Joan one.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, man, how successful were you as a bounty hunter before this? Because you seem to be like a big softie. But
It was interesting to me to hire bounty hunters, too. Like, I'm not saying that's the wrong choice. Seemed like there'd be a better profession to hire, but I don't know.
I mean, Jango Fett was training them when he was still alive. But also, yeah, I think it's weird that the Jedi and the Republic would all agree to like use bounty hunters and stuff instead of, I don't know. They didn't have like a standing military before the clones, but planets had like individual militias and things like that. You could get like the leaders from those militias.
Yeah.
Captain Typho, like Padme's bodyguard guy.
Yes, that's the better choice, I think, especially like not folks who are sort of by their trade, like honorable to whoever pays them. You know?
Right. Because you could theoretically, you know, L Less doesn't seem like the kind of guy to go for this, but Brick, if Ventress shows up and is like, hey, I'll pay you double to like put worms in their ears while they sleep and kill them all, like, you probably would do it.
Yeah, and even from like a gross war perspective, if I want my troops to like do the best, I'd rather also have them be trained by someone else who sort of drank like the nationalist war Kool-Aid versus, you know, just a bounty hunter who sort of marches to the beat of their own drum, more so independent worker.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I understand these guys could probably train them in like the tactics and the combat side of things, but yeah, that like brainwashing loyalty that they want them all to have, that doesn't seem to be super congruent with the bounty hunter way. Even though, I know that that's like genetically implanted into their brains, but we
True.
have seen that some of them break away from that.
Yeah.
So.
They're like always so interesting watching them and their like own unique personalities. Even like the active one, I forget like what he was. It was some joke about like cover my left, cover my right. I forget the exact like wording of it, but like just the fact that like they're doing wordplay and making jokes. Like one of the clones, I'm like, oh, that's different. Like that one likes jokes.
Right.
Like his
right.
brain is wired a little differently from some of these other guys, so it's like a unique personality trait of his.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
always like it's interesting to see those pop up, but it also like the episode to me, this first one, was super depressing. Like
Yes.
kind of tries to have like a like teamwork, go get them, hoorah boys attitude at the end, but like when you kind of zoom out, you're like, God, like they're stuck in this terribly sad system, and like the 99 by the end, who is like a product of just being thrown to the side by this system and like left to rot basically, and given like a sure like help us clean our garbage job.
Yeah.
Like he has a moment at the end of the episode where it's like, oh, he really helped Heavy like help get his boys together, and it's like, well, that's for a cause that isn't that good. And so the totality of this dude's life, because this is probably like the best thing he's ever done at this point, is like just this small little boost of inspiration within like the giant war machine.
Yeah, to have one guy who's gonna go get murdered on his very first mission out in the field. Yeah.
So sad.
100%. And that final scene where Commander Colt and Shaak Ti are like talking to them all, and they're like, "Oh, you've graduated and everything," and they're just like, "All right," and then they're like, "Helmets on and onto the ship."
Yeah,
and it's like, "Oh God, okay, here we go." Because you're so right. Like there's no like life path for them, because Brick is like immediately like, get these guys into maintenance, and it's like, God damn, I mean, they are fucking slaves, bro. Like, if they don't succeed
Do you get
to
a
become
choice?
a soldier, you just get put on cleaning duty and you stay on Camino for forever. Like,
Terrible.
yeah.
Like they're in hell.
Yeah.
They're in hell.
Are you allowed, if you fail and you don't, and I imagine the answer to this is no, because then people would be like failing intentionally all the time. If you fail the training and you don't become like an actual trooper in the battlefield, like, yeah, are you just kept as a prisoner on Camino forever?
And it's pretty crazy because like thinking about that, Shaak Ti was maybe the kindest to the clones in the episode, and even she was like okay with letting that one bounty hunter cheat them in their main test.
Yeah.
And then like
Lama
Lama Su
will not play fair.
Yeah, Lama Su on the other end of the spectrum was like, let's just kill them. Like let's chop these ones up. Like they're done for.
Yeah.
They're broken product or whatever.
She's like the like Finland mentality or whatever.
Finland mentality.
I don't want to blaspheme the wrong country, but there's some country that like certain types of babies come out, they just throw them in the dumpster.
Oh no, Jesus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's Lama Su.
Mm-hmm.
That's what she likes. Yeah, she's like, Shaak Ti, you're too compassionate. Shaak Ti's like, they're living things. What do you mean?
Yeah. And she's like, I kind of think about them like products.
Yeah.
Like,
I disagree.
yeah. I mean, man, that's like the nefarious thing about it all, is like Shaak Ti is a compassionate person and has like probably a good moral compass, but she's so, she's confined within the realities of like this war, and like she's not really thinking about it beyond that fact of like, well, this is my job, I train the clones to go out, like that's what I'm supposed to do, and so I'm gonna do it.
I feel like this show does such a good job of like, and maybe I don't know too many shows that maybe deal with like ongoing wars. Well, no, there's a few, maybe like Avatar and whatnot. It does a good job of like really capturing the sense of like what war is doing to people, and like I think I've said it before, but like just how it degrades their souls within this process.
And like so many of these people have never known anything except for war.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. It does do a good job of constantly feeling like, no, there is a war going on, and here are the little like facets that make up that whole, I guess.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, the training course is pretty iconic, I would say. That room. I mean, and I think it's pretty cool. Little modular, like, danger room type thing where different squares can, like, pop up and rearrange themselves into different battlefield scenarios. And the test, like, seems to make sense to me as, like, a good test. Like, capture a heavily fortified building, essentially.
It's funny they have their own versions of like the Roger droids over there too. Like are those
yeah.
models they like decommission and recommission to
I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I just have written down here 99's life must be awful.
Gosh, yeah, truly.
And also wrote down that it's sad that Heavy just goes on to die immediately. Yeah. Like,
I know. Also, they had to conceptualize these episodes after the fact, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Like they were just like, we like that episode so much, we're gonna not like, because it feels weird that Heavy dies.
Yeah, for real. Especially because he's kind of like the emotional core of this episode.
Yeah.
And Fives and Echo are who go on to be like the prominent reoccurring characters that we'll start to see a lot. But, you know, Echo's just kind of a loser who is like, better follow the rules. Fives is cool, though. Fives is kind of cool right away. He's like, yeah, I do whatever I want. I'm like really smart, the leader.
Yeah.
Then weird scene where Brick like takes the one out and like starts beating him up a little bit and stuff, and it's like, you take anything seriously?
Cut up.
Yeah. Like, thank you for the name.
Yeah. Brick was like a strange character in the sense that he was like that sort of typical drill sergeant, but I feel like usually when you see that and they're like, yeah, you're never gonna make it, like trying to get them to quit, by the end when they don't quit they're like, good job. But by the end of this one, when he didn't quit and they made it, they're just like, okay, you graduated, and they just leave. There's like no other words exchanged, right?
Yeah. I mean, I thought we would maybe get a little hint that like he was doing that to just kind of rile him up, and he knew he wasn't going to quit, and he actually wanted them to succeed. He's just kind of like pushing them a little bit or whatever, but we don't really get that.
Or like an I told you so moment where like Cut Up got to just like smile through it and be like, well, it's all for the Jedi Order or whatever. But nope, truly, I was like, I watched his character just like make a cut out of the room and just get right out of there, and I was like, oh, what? We're not going to see him again?
Yeah, no. I do think that the guys that come to give him pep talks are so cool. The ARC troopers that show up, Commander Colt.
Oh yeah,
he just looks amazing, and they've got the like Mark II clone trooper helmets that are like the Revenge of the Sith helmets versus the Attack of the Clone helmets, which in my younger age, I preferred the original, like, Attack of the Clones helmets, because in my head, this is like my 8-year-old brain, but I was like, well, the ones in Revenge of the Sith look too much like stormtroopers, and they're not differentiated enough. But man, they just look so good, the Revenge of the Sith ones, that I love seeing clone troopers with like the second iteration of helmets on.
Dude, I can't believe I know what the Bad Batch is now. So these guys are getting their own spin-off show?
Well, not quite. But
there's an even worse batch coming.
Hey, well, they still keep producing clones.
Ooh, I wonder you can yes or no me. Has Star Wars told the story of the last batch of clones created?
I would say that there may be like a novel that is specifically about that I don't know about. The closest thing I've seen to that is the Bad Batch show, because that is really heavily exploring like the transition between the military of the Republic into the Empire, and a lot about clone production and
interesting. Okay.
A clone's place in the world after the war.
What is that?
Oh, we'll find out. We'll find out. I think it's awesome.
I'm curious.
I actually love that show. I mean, it's got its annoying things about it as well, but
What would I do with a bunch of clones?
At the birthday party.
Ooh, a little clone they could put on shows for me. Ooh, they could be like your movie heaven. But you could just make them with clones.
True. It's like, have you seen the Watchmen HBO show?
A few episodes.
I've only seen a couple too, but I think I remember in that first episode, Ozymandias just has like his androids doing like plays for him.
Oh no, I don't remember that. I remember it raining fish and stuff like that, and like.
I don't remember that, but
okay, I think it was part of like the tentacle monster thing in that future or whatever. I don't know. I forget like exactly what how they made the Watchmen series and like what the hook of it was.
Same. I remember some guy getting like killed up on a hill with a tree, and then the Rorschach gang or whatever.
Yeah. And like the little space ball that guy would go in and put on his chrome mask.
Yeah, Tim Blake Nelson.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was maybe I'll give that show another chance. I think I only watched like the first 2 episodes, and I was like, man, it's just like, why you make more Watchmen stuff? Just leave it.
Have you read any before Watchmen
stuff?
Okay, yeah, I've never touched it either. But
I don't really want to.
At first I was like, Jackson, there's not that much Watchmen stuff, but there kind of is now. There actually is a bunch.
Yeah, and just last year, whatever, they put out another like fully animated adaptation of the original
terrible
book. Yeah, I'm not gonna watch that.
I watched part 1. I thought it was really bad.
It's like, what is the point?
If
something is already like, I don't know. There's certain stories that use the medium that they are being told in as a very essential part of that story, what makes it like not really adaptable to other mediums, I think.
Even if you don't want to read like the graphic novel, I think you're better off watching the motion comic than anything else. Yeah. Like to actually get the idea of Watchmen.
For sure. Man, I haven't seen the Zack Snyder movie in a really long time. I'm curious what I would think about that. I mean, visually it looks pretty cool, I feel like.
Yeah, I haven't watched it since I was in high school, but I do remember liking it. But I do remember it also being pretty different than what Watchmen, the graphic novel, was.
I do know that there's no big alien and it's just like a bomb.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I guess the show maybe followed a comic timeline versus a movie
that's what I was about to ask, is like if you remembered if the show was following up from the movie or from the comic. But
yeah.
It's interesting. Okay, so ARC Troopers episode. In this one, we get word that Ventress and Grievous are trying to attack Kamino to steal the genetic code sequence. Fives and Echo come back. Anakin and Obi-Wan are there. This one is kind of... It's fine, but to me, it doesn't necessarily capitalize on a lot of its potential and feels like a very season 1 type episode where they are like, well, it doesn't really have to do with the story, but people tuning in want to see Anakin and Obi-Wan and Ventress and Grievous, so let's make sure we throw them all in there and let's have little lightsaber fights just so that we can say, oh, well, they had a lightsaber fight.
Well, that's a good point. My 2 main issues with that episode, too, are, 1, I feel like we got positioned to have some really cool lightsaber fights, potentially. But then the lightsaber fights that, Obi-Wan has versus Grievous is not that cool, and the one that Anakin has versus Ventress is also not that cool.
Yeah, I mean, I was even going to say on a visual level, it feels like season 1, the camera work and animation.
They were just bashing each other.
Yeah. There was one awesome shot though when the trooper comes up with the rocket launcher to shoot the squid ship off of the top of the building. I was like, okay, that looks really nice. That sequence looks really nice.
Yeah, that was cool. My other thing was Grievous and Ventress just I don't know, kind of like what you said. I feel like they were almost reintroducing the characters to us here.
Yeah.
In such a strange way that they both felt written out of character. And I was like, oh, is this like a new characterization for them, kind of like, or their new dynamic? It's like I've never seen them interact like this before.
Right. I don't think we've seen them interact at all before.
Oh, I guess so. But it's just like, I don't know. Maybe that's why it felt so odd. I was like, oh, these characters shouldn't be even talking to each other like this. Like the power hierarchy behind them doesn't make sense together, I guess.
No, and they even try to address it a little bit where he's like, I'm the general, you're just an assassin. And then it's like, okay, and moving on. Like,
Force Crush. It's like Mace Windu him.
She's like, you could never do the things that I do.
Yeah.
Which, funny when she freaking kills that guy and kisses him, but also weird. Like, why did she kiss him?
I don't like, because, okay, when she first came on screen, you had mentioned, like way back when we first got introduced to her, you mentioned, like, at one point, like, she's kind of sexy or sexualized, like, in some, like, she does sexy things, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like she was less like that. And I feel like you had maybe that idea from some of this later stuff, because it seems like they start leaning more into it.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying you're a crazy pervert, by the way.
No, it's mostly because of the way she and Obi-Wan talk. They like flirt with each other all the time.
Yeah. But I just, like, I didn't understand at first, because I was like, she's like, I get, like, the way she moves a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, not necessarily so overt like we've seen now in this episode.
Right, where she's kissing and then, like, well, I did like the moment where Anakin finds her and he's like, you were going to leave without saying hello? That was fun.
That's fine, but she's like, also with Grievous, he was like, do you want me to send a droid to accompany you? And she was like, there's nothing of yours I'd ever want, or something like that.
And she like caresses the underside of his mask, which to me was like, oh, ew. Like, I've never seen, or I don't know, you don't think about the mask sticking out and having a thing
so
behind it that you could touch. Like, I'm like, oh my god, this is like a fingernail or something that could be like pulled back or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
like,
what did Grievous feel? Like someone inside your chin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like when he is fighting Obi-Wan and the other two arms come out and he starts like punching him and stuff with the other two arms.
Yeah.
But
so not to say that I don't want to be like such a Puritan and be like, I hate that for this character. I'm just always a little weary when it starts showing up and getting stronger, because I feel like some people can allow that to overpower a cool female character otherwise, you know? That's my only hang up.
Well, I definitely agree with you there. And I think it's one of those things where, like, comic books or whatever, where you have a bunch of different writers working on it. You hope that characters are consistent, but there will inevitably be a little bit of, like, variation between, you know, whoever's writing. But what... Okay, so I guess this is some slightly hard to articulate, but like something that I want from Clone Wars in general is like, yes, we can have these little isolated stories, but I would still love to feel like we're building to something, or at least that the characters are growing and not like resetting in a very like classic cartoon way where nobody actually learns. Like, we can just kind of have the same things happen over and over again. Like, sometimes that seems to happen and sometimes it doesn't. And, like, you know, especially you follow that with characters that you don't really know where they go. Because characters that are in Revenge of the Sith, they kind of have a locked-in, like, place that they need to be at the start of that movie. But people like Ahsoka and Ventress, I really try to, like, and Rex, try to, like, follow through these episodes and see, like, are they growing, are they changing, or is it just kind of inconsistent and it's like whoever the writer is going to do whatever they want with them.
Mm-hmm.
Now I definitely think there are examples I can think of later down the line that really strengthen Ventress and Ahsoka's characters. Like, I mean, Ahsoka we've already had some good stuff with, but Ventress I feel like not really yet.
Yeah.
But I know for sure she gets much more interesting in some later episodes. But You know, there's just later episodes where it's like, okay, now things have changed so much that there's no going back. There's no going back to like nobody could now write a new episode where Ventress is just the same like flirty assassin from before. Like,
Okay.
and you know, and I don't want to spoil too much, even though you know might be able to connect some dots and when you were talking beforehand about going to Dathomir in Fallen Order, but that's
And all the SWU cards I've looked at too. Twilight of the Republic set.
yeah. Oh, and freaking yeah, you're seeing some characters from the game in SWU. The Marin, she's a big card,
Oh yeah.
and then the Mantis, the ship. That's a card.
Oh, what attribute card is that? What color?
Yellow heroism.
I don't know if I remember the card.
But it's not used much, but if you ever play with like Qui-Gon deck, it's one to maybe put in there. But anyway, this episode and the next two episodes to me are where those things become like frustrating, where you're like, okay, like what was the point of this? Like, I don't need every episode to like advance some big plot thing or whatever, but I would like there to feel like, and that was the reason for that episode existing.
Yeah.
You know.
Is this the episode where Ahsoka goes to investigate on her own, or is that later?
That's the kidnap. That's the
Okay, never mind.
Papanoida one.
Some of the good stuff I was thinking from this episode then is actually in that episode, which I did diss because I disliked that episode as a whole. But there's some good Ahsoka moments in there.
Yeah, I agree with that. And then she uses the mind trick. That's cool.
That's I remember I was thinking back to them trying to infiltrate Cad Bane's mind in that moment where like she was kind of just in the room, and I know it's not the same thing, but I'm just like, it's interesting to see her. I feel like you cross a bit of a line as a Jedi when you start using mind tricks on people like
True.
that. It's like eating into personal autonomy on a like consciousness level.
And that guy, she had to like push a little hard on for getting Chuchi in there with her, because he was like, huh, and then she's like, ugh. It's like, man, is that like doing brain damage to this guy?
Probably.
Like,
He probably forgot his mom's birthday.
yeah, yeah. Oh man, but Nemoidians don't celebrate birthdays, so it's okay.
All right.
They're Jehovah's Witnesses.
Okay. Don't celebrate
Okay, so this episode 2 doesn't really give us enough, in my opinion, of like Fives and Echo being standout characters. It positions them to be at the beginning of the episode, and then it's like, you know, they don't really like do that much interesting. I think it would be cool if there were no Jedi in this episode at all, and you know, either Ventress or Grievous, or if you want both of them there, sure, they like take the Camino unawares and the Jedi don't know, and so then it's like, okay, actually, because you've got two Jedi, Grievous and Ventress, and droids and clones, it's like, why do the Separatists think they're going to be able to do this? Like,
yeah. Man, it would have been a much cooler episode if it was just like Grievous trying to break in and sabotage the place, like under the guise of night or something. You know, sort of like a horror Grievous clone episode.
And the clones had to like use like guerrilla tactics, and then that would give 99 more stuff to do too, because they really want to make him be like useful and a big deal in the episode. Like in the script, you can see like the 4 or 5 moments that they think like, yes, we're showing that even though he can't fight, he still can help. But they are all really bad.
Yeah.
Like we mentioned at the beginning, literally pointing at a bag of grenades that is right next to everybody. And they're like, oh, yes, thank you. We would have never...
Good job, 99.
Yeah. And then like, the armory is over this way. Oh, yes. But even in that moment, they ask him like, hey, are there any other like positions that would be like better defensible positions? And he doesn't say anything about that.
No, yeah, because he's interrupted immediately because he sees what he thinks is more droids coming in that cloud of smoke.
Yeah.
But it's also, he almost gets all these kids
Yeah.
shot.
Yeah.
He's like, there's more droids!
Yeah.
And they'd be
for
like, huh?
real.
And it's just the little cadets or whatever.
Mhm.
But I will say, my other issue with 99, for all the goodwill they built up in that first one for me, you're right. Like, the formula was too... I could see it too plainly.
Yeah.
Like, I was like...
I know what you're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Guys.
It's like, okay, he's going to die sacrificing himself. But it's like, the depression I felt about it in the first episode, it's really funny how fickle, like, your audience emotions can be with things. Because I was like, okay, fuck 99 now
Yeah,
at this
get
point.
him
God
out of here.
damn it.
I don't want to see you anymore,
Yeah.
dude.
It's like, he's kind of annoying now.
And he dies so unceremoniously. Like, he's saying, like, I'm going to go get more grenades for you guys. And he just runs out into the middle of the live fire and gets shot in the back.
It seems stupid and selfish.
Yeah.
It, like, makes him seem like I want to go out in the blaze of glory, like, for my own sake. Not
I
for my
can't
clone
blame him
brothers.
for wanting to die. I mean, I can't blame him for wanting to die.
True. He's like, no, I'll go. Someone needs to sacrifice themselves. No, nobody needs to. No, I'll go.
Yeah. The sacrifice doesn't accomplish anything, though.
Yeah, no.
Which is his one good thing that he had was telling the cadets to go into the bunks. That was cool when they all like slid out of the bunks and shot the droids from behind. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, like more of that kind of stuff, which I know that's actually good stuff like that is like kind of hard to think of, but that's what we're here for.
Like 99 has been there his whole life.
I know. I mean, he can't even. There wasn't even a thing where they're like, "Oh, you know." This is why it would be so much better if Anakin and Obi-Wan were not here, and we could actually lock down and focus on one set of characters, which is what the previous episode succeeds at. I think by focusing on this squad of 5 clones. Like that's it, really. I mean, there's other stuff going on, but this one is like jumping around between all these spinning plates that's like not one piece of it actually really seems to matter that much.
Yeah.
And if we just focused on the clones, we've seen stuff like this before, but it would be pretty satisfying to have like you said, Grievous like tearing the place up, killing a bunch of clones, and then that squad, Fives and Echo and 99 and Rex and maybe, some other guys, they're like, 99's like, okay, but I know like all the maintenance shafts and the behind the scenes, like,
it's perfect.
which is what they were hinting at, but like he never actually does that. You could have them climbing through the vents above Grievous walking down the hall, and then he's like, what? I mean,
Would have been cool.
We've seen that before in movies and stuff, but like it's satisfying.
Well, they're already doing like played out tropes, so may as well. And I think like with 99, really the only interesting thing about like, oh, this old kind of weak person who has some wisdom and is kind of a nice guy who's gonna sacrifice themselves trope that we see like a bunch.
Yeah.
The only interesting real aspect of it is that he's that way through virtue of like being a clone.
Yeah.
And then they don't really touch on that much for him. I mean,
could be quite interesting. Could also make everything fall apart of the logic of the universe and everything. Because I imagine it would be something like in the Ultimates when they go to the Hulk Island and they're like, why don't you guys have a whole army of Hulks to rise up against Bruce Banner and stuff, and then they show them and they're all like, wheelchair bound, like it can't leave, would like fall apart if they tried to take a step or whatever. Like so that's probably has happened to the clones.
rough.
If there are like some ones that came out wrong, and like 99. Look, like in real life, that's a totally normal person that could live their life. Yeah, he's got a hunchback, he's got like a droopy lip or whatever, but like that wouldn't. Obviously, you would face the real life like societal prejudices of having a physical difference or whatever. However, you could still like have a job and like be a part of society and normally and stuff. But for clones, his issue is like quite bad because that's their only purpose is to go out onto the battlefield. So like,
Man, they couldn't have trained him for like strategy or ship work or something like that.
Yeah. No, you gotta mop the floors.
Yeah. I wonder what his quarters looks like.
Pristine.
I bet you they give him a little private room, though, don't you think?
Yeah, you would hope so.
Just a
But he
little
seems to be
something.
kind of lurking around the bunks all the time.
That's true. Just don't have a bed, boys. Just sleep in the ones when you're gone.
Oh God! Why does my bed smell bad?
Oh, I brought my mop in.
Yeah, and then Echo and Fives get named ARC troopers at the end of it.
That was cool. Good for them.
I like when Rex was like, "You showed some real intelligence and ingenuity out there. Reminded me of me." All right, buddy.
Yeah, well, he's probably kind of like a celebrity to the clones.
I think he is.
Mhm.
I mean, Anakin is a celebrity amongst
true.
the clones, and Anakin's 501st Squadron is like, much talked about. So
Do we ever get to see like a clone squadron with a Jedi who like they kind of hate the Jedi and they're like, man, this guy sucks. We got paired with the worst of the Jedis. Really?
Yep,
That's awesome. Okay,
it's an incredible sequence of episodes.
is it in the Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Great, nice, man. I love that they have so much content that every once in a while I can throw an idea and they've done it. It's
Yeah,
like, man,
yeah.
I get to look forward to
But
that.
that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and it's explored very well, I think.
That's awesome.
But but we'll talk about it when we get there.
Because I'm just like we've seen like our main Jedi's with their clone squadrons, but there's
Yeah.
got to be like a ton of other Jedi's we haven't seen who have clone squadrons and like their own stuff going on in all those.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of that, and it wasn't necessarily a bad.
With D, was that his name?
Yeah, what was his name? Yeah, Imagun D. Yeah, Jedi Master D. Oh,
Jedi D.
before we move on real quick though, I do love when they've got Ventress surrounded and she's like, I'm guessing you assume I'm gonna surrender now. And Anakin's like, no, I was gonna let them execute you.
Yeah, that is awesome. That's a great moment from him. Also, she's not surrounded there because they don't have her from the back. So
Mm-hmm.
I know
that's
that's
how she escapes. So
yeah.
Um,
Just think it's a little funny. Also, she's like force pushed. It's like okay, yeah, I know she can take them all. Actually,
yeah,
like maybe
maybe not Anakin,
Yeah.
but yeah.
all those clones though. I've seen, some pretty crazy Jedi moves. So
Mm-hmm. That's why, when, we read those comics a while ago where, like, Darth Vader gets surrounded on this planet by just, like, the locals, and he's like, okay, I give up and I'm leaving. It's like, no, bro. Just, like, use the Force to, like, explode the ground all around them or, like, crunch all of them down into little puddles or something. Like,
yeah,
come on.
we need some more creative force use.
Mm-hmm.
How come nobody just gets their two lightsabers and has them spinning around themselves with the force? So it's like you can't even touch them. How come nobody does that?
Darth Treya from Knights of the Old Republic.
Is that
2.
kind of her thing?
Yeah, she has 3. The 3 lightsabers in the triangle.
Yeah. Oh, they're spinning around her like that?
Yeah.
As she fights?
Mm-hmm.
I can't have any original Star Wars ideas, can I?
I bet you could.
And a Jedi Ewok.
I do think that exists in some capacity too.
All right, well, that's
We were
easy.
talking about a Trandoshan Jedi the last time, if that existed.
Yeah.
I looked it up because I didn't know. And apparently in the High Republic, the new-ish series of novels and comics, there is a Trandoshan Jedi that's pretty heavily featured. Well, I mean, I don't know that for sure, but he appears in like issues 1 through 24 of the High Republic comics, so I assume he's the main character.
Okay. Let me try to predict more Star Wars things. Okay, the Lama Su's cloning technology.
Mm-hmm.
Does anyone ever take that and use it to clone someone else? Or I guess it's more a facility, like a cloning facility,
Mhm.
so not really like theftable technology.
Well, I mean, I'll leave that up in the air because
Okay.
it's really not a straight yes or no type answer, so I don't want to elaborate too much.
Okay, all right.
Ooh,
I'm digging here some
but it's
good
not like
stuff.
it never gets explored at all. So.
Okay. Man, I feel like I really could think of any corner of the Star Wars universe we've touched so far, and they probably do explore it to some degree, somewhere at least in some medium.
Oh yeah, I mean probably. There's short stories about Aunt Beru wanting to be a chef when she was younger, and
There's actually is?
Yeah, and her culinary school that she went to. So it goes about as deep as you can think.
It's weird in an interesting and sad way, and it's not sad that that exists, but if you think of Star Wars as a reality, which you shouldn't, but if you think about it as life, and all of these are sort of catalog documents of stuff that has happened in people's lives.
Right.
It's interesting to just be okay, and this is Aunt Beru's story, who she was she died pretty early on in what we know as Star Wars, but she was a person who had a life and aspirations outside of that.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to think about.
It is weird, but that short story about Beru cooking is to me not very good or interesting, but I like that is a possibility of a type of story that is allowed to exist in Star Wars,
Yeah.
Flesh it out as much as possible to make it real.
Beru, we need more crepe milk over here.
Oh, I'm working on it. Yeah, that's what I want to see, the bear type show about Beru gets a job at Mos Eisley, the most fanciest restaurant in Mos Eisley.
Cutting Dagobah meat.
But she played a very important role in the universe overall. I mean, she hid Luke Skywalker and raised him. So.
Okay, but was it really that important? Because Obi-Wan was right there anyway.
Well, she's who, she and Uncle Owen are who taught him values and things like that, and made him, raised him.
Okay, you believe in nurture over nature.
Well,
you made that clear.
Bit of both. But the clones tell you, nurture over nature. It's real. As soon as you leave the controlled environment, there's infinite variability that could happen. Even if your brain is programmed to be a certain way.
Is that what the deserter clone says?
I don't think he says that in particular, but I just mean, even these guys who haven't, in the first episode, they've never left Kamino, but they're already still a little bit different than each other.
Yeah.
One's named Droid Bait.
Ooh.
Droid Bait. Yeah, so supply lines. This was your favorite episode of the Clone Wars so far, you said, with...
Misa, do some diplomacy!
Captain Keeley, the clone that is with Imagundi, has a cool design on his helmet. Little, Bothan, or not Bothan, Bantha horns on his helmet.
Yeah.
So this is a prequel to the very first episode of the whole show, because if you remember, that is where Yoda goes to Toydaria and negotiates with that king between Ventress about if they're going to join the Republic or not.
Yeah.
And this is a prequel to that.
By the way, I hate Toydarians. I think they're ugly and boring to look at.
Yeah, and they are boring personality-wise too.
They are just kind of boring.
There's nothing. So this is why this episode pisses me off. Because, okay, sure, the stuff that's on Ryloth with the Jedi and the clones, that's exciting enough. That's pretty good. And, all right, he's getting, surrounded by the clones. It's the moment where he's oh, let's go blow up that ship so that we collapse all the way, and then the only way in is this front way, and we'll protect that while the Ryloth people escape. The clone commander there even has a look of they don't even say it, but it's oh, okay, so we know we are gonna die doing this, and they communicate that without words, and him having this little moment of okay, I'll go tell the men. It's our mission is to save these people, and now it's gonna come down to us just being able to protect them long enough to escape while we all get killed. Like, beautiful. That I love.
Yeah.
The part with Bail Organa and Jar Jar Binks,
The little debate. You don't like the debate in the...
it's terrible because they have a scene, right? So essentially this premise of the episode is they want to use Toydaria as like a staging ground to help get supplies to Ryloth. However, there's a separatist blockade around Ryloth, and if Toydaria is seen helping the Republic get supplies onto there, they will be breaching their neutrality because they will be then engaging with separatists in a warfare sense or whatever. Bail Organa argument is, well, this is purely humanitarian. We're not sending weapons. We're only sending like food and medical supplies. Okay, fair enough. The Toydarians are like, yes, this appeals to our beliefs of helping people.
Yeah.
Which, like,
Weird
okay.
little reminder in the beginning of the episode there, too. But they're like, you can't be on this planet right now, by the way, but also we want to oblige you. So it's part of our culture, so...
Yeah,
what do you need?
Did Watto learn that part of the culture? He had a fucking slave owner.
Yeah, true.
But maybe
Very
he's some
true.
reject. I guarantee you there's some Watto backstory that we don't know.
Dude, I hope there's a whole Watto textbook out there.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
700 pages on Watto's life story.
Spin-off series, Better Call Watto. That'd be great.
I would love that.
Yeah.
He actually was known as Whittle before.
Slip and Whittle.
So, yeah, Bail Organa has that argument. Then Lot Dodd, the Nemoidian senator, comes in and is like, wait. Did he probably didn't mention the blockade around there.
There are other factors at play.
Yeah, if you do that, then you'll be in violation of neutrality and you'll be engaging the blockade. So those are the two options presented. Then the king goes, okay, we're going to have to talk for a little bit. You guys prepare your arguments. We'll come back and we'll have a more official hearing about this or whatever. When they come back for that, they both just say the same things again, exactly. Except they have a visual aid
court case, yeah.
that does not add any new information at all. They essentially just again say like, this is a humanitarian relief effort. This isn't military. And then Lot Dodd is like, but there is a blockade, and his only difference between what he said the last time was that now I have a picture of it. Like, oh my God, we are fucking... And then we've mentioned it earlier, that just goes on to Jar Jar dancing on a table and flipping plates around while ships take off in the background.
Because the king also, like, they do appeal to his compassionate nature, I guess. So he says he's not going to do it, which, what a coward, by the way.
Yeah.
Just say what you're going to do and do it. Okay, that's how I'd rule.
He's essentially just like, yeah, you can do it, but it can't be traced back to us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jar Jar's putting on a little show to distract... what's the dude's name who came to liaison?
Locked
On?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. To distract Locked On. Some diplomatic dinner that I guess they were all going to have together because they were there.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just like, I guess that's not crazy, but just seemed like kind of interesting to me too. It's like, oh, Bail Organa was going to like have dinner with the separatists and Jar Jar Binks and...
But they do try to say, and this is stupid, but they do try to say like, the Trade Federation is not the separatists. Newt Gunray is an extremist. Like,
yes, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
And they give back Cham's daughters the daughters at the end for to show their friendship. But
God, the politics of that episode is so murky and just like, yeah, okay, let's not worry about it. But
dude, I'm kicking them out of my alliance at that point. Like, you guys have
the Pantorans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now
No, sorry, not the Pantorans.
The Trade Federation.
Yeah.
The Nemoidians. Oh yeah, no, 100%.
Pantorans are good. They can see.
Yeah. I was wondering, like, did you think their meal looked good on their floating table?
When?
When Jar Jar's...
Oh.
They really do close-ups on the food because Jar Jar starts like taking all the plates up to be a part of his little plate tower that
he like
makes.
pours it on the floor and whatnot.
And the bodyguard who's down on the ground like rolls his eyes or whatever.
Yeah.
They've got like a big like turkey leg of meat. You know, obviously it's not turkey. I don't know what meat it is, but it's just like a big bone with big meat around it.
Yeah.
And then a single tomato slice next to it.
That's the diplomatic dinner, dude.
It's just so funny to me when the Clone Wars animation style, like clearly these are things that are not necessarily meant to have a close-up of, and then every now and then because of circumstances there is a close-up of a very dry and disgusting looking tomato slice.
Well, to tell you the truth, I think I noticed a slip up in the first episode we watched today too, which was in the training phase. One of the clones, I'm pretty sure, like clips through the corner of one of like those like modular boxes you were talking about earlier.
Really? That's interesting.
Yeah. And maybe I just like got it wrong because to be fair, I was watching on TV. I wasn't wearing my glasses, so maybe I missed it. But I was like, that guy looks like he just walked it and phased it through that.
That's very possible. I mean, there are lots of little things about like in the scene where Papa Noida approaches Jabba the Hutt, his half cape is missing in one shot, and then it's back again in the next shot. Like
it kind of ruins it for me. Like
yeah, I can't like get over that.
Because it sort of tells me that it's all fiction and not real. And like,
and I was buying it as real.
Yeah.
Before then.
I don't know. Just to like have to think about the dirty humans who made it, who go home and like have to like shit and use toilet paper and stuff. Just disgusts me.
Ugh, I know. Star Wars is supposed to be free from any bathroom.
Yeah. There's no filth in space if you think about it.
Yeah. Except for the droids.
No. There's no filth in space.
Droid filth.
Except for the Jedi, really.
Yeah.
Maybe the universe is better without the Jedi Order.
Wow.
Maybe there shouldn't be the Jedi or the Empire. Ever think about that?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I have. I think there could be Jedi, but maybe not a Jedi Order that is like the peacekeepers of the galaxy, the weird non-official military relationship with the government, very blurred lines. It's almost like, you know, they're not part of the military, they're not the police, but they're just sent by the government into places to establish martial law and do whatever they want.
Yeah. It's actually really, really bad if you look at it, especially like that has to some degree force some cultural homogeneity, right? Like
yeah, against the Jedi.
No, I mean just if the Jedi are being like we're the representatives of the galaxy, we're gonna keep peace amongst all these different factions and planets and whatnot. Like kind of the core factor you have to accept is like, okay, well if we're gonna take orders from these Jedi, like we're giving up parts of our culture and our morality to abscond to what theirs is.
Yeah,
and let that be like the ruling.
That's what's like right. Yeah, it's like missionaries or something.
Yeah,
like, yeah. True.
Kind of gross.
And you think, you know, we like to think that most of the Jedi as individuals do have their heart in the right place and are trying to help people, but that's you just gotta like take their word for it, I guess.
Man, can you have a whole organization of people doing things for the right reason, but the entire cause is wrong though?
I mean, interesting. You know, Dooku's an interesting character. Leaves the Jedi Order, sees it for what it is.
Becomes a separatist.
Yeah. I mean, he does get fully like dark side corrupted and everything, but you understand why he would want to leave the Jedi. Anakin also realizes that the Jedi are a little messed up. Of course, goes about it the wrong way. But
man, does anyone leave and not go about it the completely wrong way?
We'll have to see.
Oh, it sounds like someone does.
I don't know.
Yoda.
Yoda? No,
I guess he kinda
Yoda rocks with it till it collapses, but
Yeah.
But
I was gonna
then
say, he
he's-
doesn't leave, really. He's kind of forced out.
right. I mean, everybody who there is no order
Yeah,
anymore,
sure. Fair.
and he's like so guilty that he just goes and hides alone for 20 years.
When he could have been actually working with Cal Kestis to bring it back.
Well, what if Yoda foresaw that he would be putting himself in danger if he were to go and try and face Vader and Palpatine because he's getting older and weaker and they're getting stronger, and he thinks the best way I can help the galaxy is to stay alive and survive until
Whoa.
Luke, shows up.
I love that, actually. I think he had, like, some Force visions about this.
I do think so.
That's sick. I do really like that. That's a good justification for him, like, not really actively trying to do much during those years, too.
I think so. I think probably for a while he was like just licking his wounds and getting over it mentally, and then he's like probably having dreams about like, oh well, there is going to be another like chosen one to come and bring balance to the Force again, and
Walking in that cave and whatnot.
Yeah, he's got the cave right there. I'm sure he spent some time in there.
Yeah, for sure. Man, I wonder what he saw in there the first time he went in. Like Palpatine or something.
Yeah, I guess that was the last fight that he had.
Just trying to think what would like weigh heavily on him at the moment is like his greatest defeat or whatnot, or his biggest fear in a sense.
Probably just visions of all the clones like killing all his friends.
Damn. Shock T or T-Shock.
Double correction. Do the voice, man.
Yeah.
Okay, so shall we talk about this last episode real quick? I don't have a ton to say about it. But,
yeah, I have like 2 points about it, basically.
This one is called Sphere of Influence. Weird name for it.
It's because the sphere that Grievous was flying in at that one point. That's earlier.
True, though. Yeah, those were just kind of like sitting all around Kamino on platforms.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like interesting ship.
Yeah. Hey, so we got Papa Noida here.
Woo!
Chairman Papa Noida.
Woo!
George Lucas.
Woo!
Background character in Revenge of the Sith. He's a Pantoran, just like Senator Chuchi.
Senator Chuchi, the Pantoran.
And he's got these daughters that get kidnapped. And there's this whole reasoning to it of like, oh, the Separatists, blah, blah, blah. And there's a trade blockade around Pantora. Like, all that is boring as fuck.
A little Greedo backstory.
Yeah. I did like that Greedo was around.
Yeah.
Voiced by Tom Kenny, SpongeBob.
Really? That was him?
Mm-hmm.
The other character voiced by Tom Kenny was in one of these episodes. Was it
The
this episode?
droopy-eyed inspector guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in this one for like a half second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which you did say that guy would return, so here he is again.
And I think that's it for him.
Okay.
I think.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's fine. He's one of those characters just like that weird fairy boy on that random planet that like just looks so odd.
Belonged in like a Disney is it Disney Junior?
Like the channel?
Yeah.
I don't know. There's Disney XD. I remember that being a thing. Is there a Disney Junior?
it was
Nick
on-
Jr.?
Yeah. But anyway, it seems like he would be on a show like that. Like
Really? Like Tinkerbell's last something. Or
Tinkerbell and the Neverland Pirates
Yeah.
or whatever. Yeah.
When do we see him again, by the way?
Yeah.
I'm really hoping we get back to that.
What was his name?
Tinker Boy.
Tinker Boy.
Because I tinker with all the droids here.
Yeah. Oh, actually makes sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the things I like about this episode are kind of few and far between. I like that randomly Chairman Papanoida actually can kick ass.
Yeah, he's like very John Wickish.
Yeah.
almost.
He like pushes over the tables in the bar and starts like firing dual guns
Yeah.
and has like martial arts moves and stuff. I'm
Pulls
like,
out his knife, gets Greedo in like the death position on it. Pretty
that
sick.
I'm cool with seeing any character just like whip out some competent fighting. Like, that's fun.
Yeah.
Ahsoka's doing the mind trick. That was a cool moment for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I also like the moment earlier in the episode when like Anakin's like, yeah, go on and do this mission or whatever. And he's with Padme. And they're like, well, okay, do you have the Jedi Council's approval to go do this? And Anakin's like, we never do. And Ahsoka's like, yep, we never do, and like runs off. And Padme's like, wow, I can't believe they let you be a teacher. And like obviously it's like more jovial in that moment, but like the undertones of that is like, yeah, really?
Yeah, seriously.
Like, oh my god.
I mean, that scene popped into my head when we were talking about just like the way that the Jedi operate in the universe in general, and like
Yeah.
like they already pretty much are just beholden to themselves and can go do dispatch justice how they see fit, but especially if you're gonna be like this.
Yeah.
And I get it, like these are obviously good guys and they're just trying to help people, so it's not like necessarily so awful that Ahsoka would want to go off and help, but like I'm sorry, you are part of an order.
Yeah,
like,
and it's politics.
Yeah.
And it's like you're messing around with, like, these are actions that are gonna have reactions and consequences and whatnot, and like you guys are just like working, which Anakin always does, like based off the fact that he thinks he can fix it later if something goes wrong.
Yeah.
And he thinks he can just save everyone later if something goes wrong.
But that's awesome. That's totally in line with his characterization. He thinks he's got such a big ego.
Yeah.
And like mostly justifiable. He is very powerful. He is very good at saving people. But that's why the ego is so dangerous, is because like, well, when you fail at that, it's gonna be really bad.
Yep.
And that's what we see every time. So
And that's why that little narrative ringing of that bell, best part of the episode for me. Really the only meaty part of the episode here that I was like, nice.
yeah.
Just getting bored of it towards the end. It's like, yeah.
Totally, me too. I mean that it feels very pointless, the whole thing.
Rhoda the Hutt.
Yeah, Rhoda shows up. Yep, Jeremy Allen White.
Whoa, yeah. Can't wait.
I love how he was there just to appeal a little bit so Chairman Papanoida could be like, I mean, you know what it's like to have a child missing and stuff. He's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Little dancing Twi'lek, by the way. I don't know if you saw that in the background, too.
Oh, don't worry.
Unchained.
I like the Twi'lek that is like Greedo's little girlfriend, too.
Oh, yeah?
I thought the voice acting was good there, and even the writing, when she's like, finds him in the back room, she's like, Greedo, honey, some people are looking for you. Like, and they give him a little kiss and stuff. I'm like, oh, that's like a weird, like, realistic, nuanced moment there.
She also plays it very cool and smart, like, initially when she gets the information that someone, like, needs to speak to Greedo.
Yeah.
Because I feel like you see that scene a lot where it's like the person's like, who's asking? Like, where it's like becomes super suspicious all of a sudden. But she was like, I don't know, but he's not here right now. But I'll tell him you're looking for him. It's like super normal and like believable. Like,
totally.
Okay, not weird at all.
Have you seen Terminator 2?
Years ago.
That has one of the best examples of that I can think of. Which, it's so good for like all the aspects of filmmaking, not just so special in a story sense, because it's something in a story we've seen a million times, but it's just executed so well. Where the T-1000 is looking for John Connor at the mall, and him and his friend are like playing at the arcade, and the friend is like, I'm gonna go get some food, and he walks out, and then the T-1000, as the police officer, is like, do you know this boy? Do you know John Connor? And he's like, no, I haven't seen him. And then like immediately turns away, and his face drops, and his pace like picks up just a little bit to like go back and be like, hey man, you need to get out of here.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just really good.
That is sick. Yeah, see, like I was saying earlier, I recognize that obviously like so many stories have tropes and whatnot that strings them together. But it's like every trope can be done well, or it can be done like boring, and or it can be just done poorly. Like there's of course like you can succeed or fail with the way you do things, but I guess my point is like if you're gonna do the trope and you're gonna do it like the exact way that it's sort of like positioned to play out, at least like put some addendum to it that makes it a little more creative within like your universe or within the story that you're telling. Otherwise, I'm just like, okay, you're just like leaning into it a little too much, it seems, you know?
Yeah, for real. What I think that another example of that is that Bounty Hunters episode that we've talked about not liking, where the Bounty Hunters and the Jedi help the villagers defend themselves from Hondo Ohnaka and his crew.
Yes.
It's like, it can sometimes be cool to see something very inspired by tropes through the Star Wars filter, but then other times it's just like so boring.
Yeah, it's like it feels like what they're doing sometimes is like, and I shouldn't say that because really most of the episodes are quite good, but like copy and pasting tropes and putting them in the Star Wars universe, and then like kind of seeing like, oh, maybe something within our universe will like rub up against this and cause some like unique creative friction, and we'll have something a little bit different and unique there we can play with, or it'll just like default to being the trope and like playing out how the trope normally does.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in those instances, like that's what happened there. It was like, oh,
Totally
boring.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see if I got anything. Oh, yeah, Corey Burton does the voice for Papa Noida. I think Corey Burton might be the MVP of the voice acting so far. He does Dooku and Cad Bane.
Oh, okay, wow. Nice.
And
all
this
cool
Papa
characters.
Noida. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, just saying they're cool characters.
I feel like the Papa Noida voice is if you go back and listen to it, pretty much a halfway point between Dooku and Cad Bane.
Interesting. I will go listen to it again because also his voice comes across. I don't know what. Maybe it's just his voice or different sound equipment that he was using. He sounds so much more crisp than anyone else in the episode, and it's like, whoa, okay.
I know. Maybe that's why it stuck out to me. It was very like present whenever he spoke, but
maybe that just does him. I don't know.
And he's also got a little like New Zealand accent going on. But yeah, these are boring. But I know I say always there will be more bad episodes of the Clone Wars to come, but there will be really, really good ones too.
It has been a while since we took a trip with Jar Jar, so you know.
Yeah.
They haven't used him in so long. It was okay that they used him in this one episode we watched here.
I feel like they give him like one per season.
Yeah.
One episode per
season. Hey, get out of the way quick here.
Yeah. You got any other thoughts on that? I'm just pulling up what we will be watching for next time.
Nope. I miss Ahsoka. I want some more Ahsoka focused episodes.
Oh yeah. Well, we do get some Ahsoka. Ahsoka. I think we'll just do 4 episodes again. I'm just making sure that these aren't like, oh, these actually might be connected. Okay. I'll have to do a little bit more looking, but we'll definitely watch the next 2 episodes and then probably more. And the next 2 are back to Mandalore. So we're going to get some more Satine, some more Mandalore.
Nice.
And
Satine the Queen, the Duchess.
But you know, that's a nice little rhyme.
Thank you. That's what my deck is called with her. So.
I see.
Mm-hmm. My other one's Satine Boom Boom, I think. It's the one with 3 planetary bombardments.
Like from X-Force.
Satine. Oh yeah. You mean from Exterminators? Please, X-Force. I actually don't know where she first shows up.
She's originally in the Liefeld X-Force with like Cable and stuff.
Oh, is that where she first shows up?
Yeah, or maybe that's X Factor.
I was gonna say, are you sure it's not X Factor that she shows up in with Rusty?
It is definitely with Rusty.
I'm saying, are you sure? But I am for sure that it is X Factor, actually.
Okay,
but
well, it's not Exterminators.
No, I know. Okay, that's like almost at the same time though. It's like months apart in publication.
Is Exterminators like the one where they hop around all the different realities and stuff?
No, that's Excalibur's Cross Time Capers, I think is what you're thinking of.
No, I'm thinking of it's post Age of Apocalypse. It's like a early 2000s series.
Oh, is it like with the multiversal X-Men or whatever, with like the short hair Dazzler?
And there's like a girl Nightcrawler there.
Wagnerina?
Yeah, Wagnerina. No, I don't remember. Pretty interesting to talk about. Yeah.
Hey, you joke, man. Anything. I was interested in that conversation.
I mean, me too. Me too.
I actually love talking about X-Men. I don't know if you I've ever gotten that sense from me, but
No, I know that.
I like it a lot.
I'm trying. I had something about Ultimate Wolverine. I was gonna say.
Oh,
but
so good. I finished it. I caught up.
nice. Yeah, I still haven't read the last issue of it because.
Oh, did I send you a spoiler then by accident? I mean, not a huge one.
No,
but-
no, I've read that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, right, because that.
There's one that came out after the first issue of Endgame.
Yes, which is kind of like. I mean, it's the start of a new story arc, I guess. It kind of like doesn't mention all past stuff that happens. It's kind of just like moving forward.
It's more like tied into the overall Ultimate Universe stuff.
Not even so. I'm sure it's getting there, maybe, because on the cover it was like the Maker, and it was
Right.
him using them as chess pieces. Which, by the way, I love chess piece covers.
Yeah, yeah.
Always fun, and that was a really cool one because the Maker's fingers are all like stretchy. But he wasn't in the issue at all, so I don't know. Maybe they're just like teasing it for this storyline.
Okay. I'm excited to see where that stuff goes.
Did you read Ultimate Endgame yet?
Only like the first half of the issue.
Okay.
God, it's at this point where with like Ultimates, it's like how many times are we gonna see something of like all around the world, like people are rising up, and this character's over here doing this thing, and this character's here doing this thing, and Hawkeye and Captain America are blowing something up over here. It's like, yeah, I know, they've been doing that.
Dude, the comics, these are written in a very funny way, and I am hesitant to say that because I really, really like the writing. I think they've done it really well, but they're like so. I don't even know how to like articulate revolutionary-ish. Like,
Yeah.
It's in such a funny way too. Like the Power Man issues do it the most for me. Like because it's like I agree with these points and everything, but like it's a little soapboxy about it in like a way, and I think it should be a little more like subtextual versus like how overt it is. But I get that it's comics and so they have to do stuff like this. But like especially the moment when like I think Luke Cage is describing just like the nature of the system that they're all stuck in, and he's like, he gets to the end and he's like, it's all about Power Man. Yeah, it's like, oh god, okay.
Yeah.
Like part of me's like, cool, but part of me's like,
no, not really. Yeah, he indulges in that Dennis Camp and that kind of like wordplay referential stuff every now and then. I quite like the book overall.
That's why I'm hesitant to give it a critique at all, but like there's a little bit of that in there, but I think taking that out also would like change it too much, and it wouldn't. I don't know. It's like it's
so
good
earnest. It's such an earnest book. I think Ant-Man and Wasp are super interesting in it though.
Yeah, me too. That traitor.
Yeah, but the Ant-Man character is really fascinating to me. Like even from the beginning, where he's like, "Man, I saw like this other version of myself that like I hurt you in another reality." Like, oh, that's cool. And he's just kind of a loser, like the way Ant-Man should be.
Yeah, I also feel like it was a nice little like redeeming meta moment. Being like, yeah, okay, we realize like the other Ultimates, Ant-Man and Wasp, like suck, and it was like stupid, gratuitous violence for like no reason, really.
Yeah.
And like weird to make us as the audience like watch that abuse seem like more than it was, like for no reason again.
Yeah.
So I do like that. I was like, and I think it's funny that Iron Man showed him his alternate self doing all those bad things.
Yeah.
It's like, just you were a hero, but just I'll tell you up front before anyone else in the multiverse gets to you. You did beat your wife.
You were only and also you made Ultron, and you kind of not really great, and you led during the Civil War times. You were also really bad too. But.
You did have a little run where you were the butler for the West Coast Avengers, though, and people seem to really love it.
Yeah. When he shrunk down and went inside Vision's brain, that was cool too.
That is cool.
All right, guys. Thanks for listening
To our West Coast Avengers podcast.